The Denver Nuggets hosted the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Cup last night. And although it was Nikola Jokic's first game back after missing 3 games, the Nuggets still were without Aaron Gordon, and the Mavs, however, were without Luka Doncic, their bread and butter, but they still managed to get up a 24-point lead on the Denver Nuggets. I mean, really, straight out the gate, which team appeared more desperate to you?
I probably want to say the Dallas Mavericks, only because they were playing without Luka Doncic, and it was an NBA Cup game. So I think this team, the Dallas Mavericks, want to make sure they have a secure spot in what the NBA Cup um, tournament has to offer. I think for me, it was the Dallas Mavericks. They played with some grit that I liked. So yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I think both teams played with desperation in different parts of the game. I mean, because it seemed like after the second quarter, the Denver
Mm-hmm.
Nuggets is like Coach Michael Malone lit a fire underneath them, and they came out with more aggression. They
Yes.
started really like being really like protecting the rim. And even the guards were getting after it at the rim. And I said, oh my goodness. I mean, Dallas was going to the rim and they were getting mauled. Let me tell you, Christian Brown, he's starting to be in my top 10 in terms of players
Oh,
to
he
watch.
he that dude. Oh, I 100% agree with you. I think that him being in the starting lineup is a nice piece. I still maintain that I do miss KCP on the Nuggets. I'm gonna have to go there. I just kind of miss it, right? However, I do like Christian Brown. I like his development. I like his what's the word I'm looking for? His confidence. That's not the right word, but he has this type of, I'm just gonna use confidence so I can think of the right word, that I really, really enjoy. He's not
Mhm.
fearful at all. At all. And I think it's really refreshing to watch considering that Jamal Murray is missing in action. It's just
Yeah.
he's missing in action. I know he's on the floor and I know he put up the point and I got yeah. But he's missing overall in action. I need really for him to get out of this slump he's in and rechannel his 2021 NBA championship run, Jamal Murray. I need
Mhm,
that back,
mhm.
and the Nuggets need it back now. They just need it back right now. And yeah,
Oh,
but I
he
like
hasn't
Christian
looked the
Brown. And
same. Yeah,
mm-mm,
yeah. He
mm-mm.
looked the same, Jamal Murray. I think he's hurt. I think his knee is still bothering him.
Oh,
I saw him like kind of making faces every time he would jump. You know, he had a massive block towards the end of the game. When he landed, he kind of looked like he was in pain. He's not telling the truth to the medical team. And I think Jamal Murray is hurt. There's no reason why he's playing like this, right? His
I was
game is off, his shot is off. He doesn't look like
right.
himself. This is a
Not
shell.
at all.
This is a
Yes,
shell of Jamal Murray.
yes. And we're talking about now 2 years removed from their championship run. I understand being maybe a little bit championship struck the following year because to do back to backs are very difficult. I get that. But now we're in post. This is 2 years post, two
Mhm.
seasons post. I need him back. The Denver Nuggets need him back. Matter of fact, Nikola Jokic needs him back because Nikola Jokic, although he's going to get his regardless, who gonna come save him? Who else gonna do it? Right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah, yeah.
although I will say this, Nikola Jokic is very skilled because he was even labored and still got a triple double. Even labored, he looked tired and still made it
He did.
happen. It's like how you gonna be
He
off three
did.
days, new dad of a son, and you still can put up your numbers. Like what?
It's
That man is amazing. That man is
unbelievable.
amazing. Mm.
Yes, the non-Jokic minutes were detrimental for the Denver Nuggets. He couldn't take a
Yeah.
break. And imagine being so tired and really kind of out of shape after missing 3 games and having to come
Yeah.
back and still give 120% effort because when he sat down on the bench, it seemed like the Nuggets couldn't find the basketball. They couldn't find a hoop. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. He can't, although he is their number one option, you do need two, at least one to two other players to kind of come in and help save the day or maintain the day while you get your 2 second rest. Because that's he played 39 minutes.
Yes.
He had the baby was had the night before. Within 24 hours, he back on the court. Some
Mm,
of these other players could never, could
yeah.
never. But we talk
Yeah.
about him looking out of shape, you know. But his skill level will always trump that for Nikola Jokic. It may not mean the same for other players, but for him, he can make it happen regardless. And I'm gonna need Jamal Murray. I really miss Aaron Gordon in this game as well. I think he would have been a nice.
Yes.
They needed his gamesmanship. They needed his defense. They needed his strength. They needed his points in this game. And I think it may have had a different outcome. We don't know, but Aaron Gordon was most definitely missed. Most definitely.
Yes. Now I can't overlook the fact that my Brody Russell Westbrook, every time Russ came in, the tempo picked up. Okay. The
Yes.
intensity picked up. And I will say, the Dallas Mavericks were disrespectful to his 3-point game last night. I'm so glad he knocked down 4 6. When they didn't even put a hand up, didn't even guard him, were 10 feet away from him, and he knocked them down. I said, okay, Russ. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
Russ,
yeah,
this is what we
yeah.
need. But it's still, even with that, right? He made a lot of costly turnovers. He made a lot of
Mhm.
and I said, oh no, I heard the crowd kind of rumble a little bit. They weren't as disrespectful as the LA Lakers and Clipper fans were sometimes when Russ would make a mistake. But I could feel the crowd like, oh shoot, he missed another layup. He was right there. But I tell you, that 3-ball hit for them in crucial moments in the fourth quarter when Dallas disrespected him completely. It didn't even guard him at the 3-point line.
Yeah, he was actually on an island. Like he was literally on an island. And he keep doing that, have the other teams not even check for his 3-ball, and he nails it, then that's a great pickup for the Denver Nuggets when they play other teams. So yeah, whatever. You don't trust my 3-ball, but watch it go in. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Yes.
Let me switch to Dallas Mavericks real quick. I like how they started the game. That Quentin Grimes and PJ Washington, nice start to the game. They came out the gate, tip off, ready to go. Ready. Shot was hidden immediately. And I think that was great momentum for the Dallas Mavericks because Kyrie Irving, it took him a minute. But those two, superstars in quarter one. I'm sorry. They were looking great.
While we're on the Dallas Mavericks, I think it's time to give out our Ofer Award.
Oh
Klay
my
Thompson.
gosh, I'm sick. What in the
Klay
world?
Thompson. What was he doing out there?
See, and last night, and I said, hence is why the Warriors moved on. This Klay Thompson is why they moved on. This one right here, Ofer. Really? Out there doing cardio? You cannot. I'm telling you right now, he saved because Najee Marshall put up that 26. Had the Dallas Mavericks lost, Klay Thompson would be dragged in the mud right now. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous.
Oh, he had a terrible game last night. Horrible. I couldn't believe it. I said, wait a minute. I was tempted to go back and look to see how well he's played since they played the Golden State Warriors, right? It was an emotional game. And is he still kind of dealing with that, I don't know, abandonment issue from the Golden State Warriors or whatever?
Absolutely. You know what? You can't tell nobody how they get over things. I would say 100% that, and I would even venture to say even more so now that the Warriors are looking really good without him. Of course, he is. Of course, abandonment issues are huge, and to be with a team for 14 seasons, they trade you off. And they jamming right now, you've got to be feeling a certain way about it. Absolutely.
Yes, it's impacting him big time. And you know what? It's starting to show on the court. It didn't help that Luka was out, right? You're looking at 30, 40, sometimes 50 points from Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
But real quick, you mentioned Kyrie Irving. It took him a while to get going. I don't think he got going at all in this game. I mean, he was out there for 38 minutes. He shot the ball horribly, 7 for 19, missed most of his 3-pointers, 1 for 6. And only 19 points. A game without Luka Doncic, you just needed more from Kyrie Irving. And thank goodness for PJ Washington, because as you mentioned, he had a game of his life. And I really like Najee Marshall off the bench. I said, where he come from? I mean, he played phenomenal. He was the X factor.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely. And unfortunately, there was no X factor for the Denver Nuggets. That's unfortunate. And I think that's why you need all your core players to play, because I think Aaron Gordon could have been the needle mover just a little bit, especially when we came
Yes.
into the paint and protecting the paint. Because I tell you, them open lanes that the Denver Nuggets left for the Dallas Mavericks to drive right to the basket, I said, nah, y'all can't just have part the Red Sea for them. Stop it. Just cut it out. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon would have been a great. He's really really great on defense for the Denver Nuggets, and you can tell when he's not in the game. Can I just say another thing? I'm not Denver Nuggets bashing, but I really, they came back and they only lost by 3, so that's to be noted. But Michael Porter Jr., Butterfingers, much stop. Do he need to go to? Do we need to maybe do some more dribble drills for him? Just can you hold the ball? Did you have olive oil on your hands? I just like if you don't hold that ball.
Olive
oil. I know, right? Since we're getting close to Turkey Day, but anyway, gobble gobble. But come on,
yeah, I think he's more of a catch and shoot guy. He has no business dribbling the ball at all.
Zero
Uh-uh.
business. Zero.
Yeah.
I don't want him to do that. Yeah, I want him to find himself out on the perimeter somewhere and just be prepared to catch the ball.
But you know what though? He have a little curly Sue coming down from his hair in his face last night. So maybe that was part of the problem. He had a little curly hair like on his forehead. It sounds like Michael Porter Jr. It was a different look for sure.
Oh, no, I can't. Please take the ball out of his hands. I don't want to see him handle the ball. I really not for more than maybe one dribble shoot. I mean, I would even give him 2, but to dribble and move, no, not last night. Absolutely not.
Oh, Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson had a pretty good game last night. Very physical. The thing is, if you look at his box score, you're like, 15 points average. But no, his defense though, phenomenal. 3 blocks, 5 rebounds, and just getting after it. I really like him too, and he was a good compliment to I think when Russ was in the game, him, Peyton Watson, Russ, and then of course Christian Brown. That was a good little 3-piece that Coach Michael Malone put together on the floor, especially in the non-Jokic minutes and when Jamal Murray wasn't doing nothing. But I will say this, Dario Saric can't guard anyone. When I tell you Saric was out there, I thought he played terrible in defense last night. He can't guard.
You know what? Because what ends up happening is that when you have 5 players out there and you got 1 or 2 that is suspect on defense, it's really 3 players trying to guard 5 people. It's too much. Speaking of, difficulties in guarding someone, Quentin Grimes, don't you get up under Nikola Jokic your armpit. Never again. Don't ever do it again. You cannot battle that big man. Literally, stop it. This is like, sir, you look like a rag doll up under Nikola Jokic. Move out the way. Just go ahead and let him get to the basket. You probably are sore right now messing around with that man.
Yeah, I saw that too.
As we speak in the ice bath. As we speak, you in a second ice bath. Because Nikola Jokic backed you down up under the basket. Stop doing that. And then it's so funny because Nikola Jokic know when he got when he already got somebody that he can handle, because he calls for the ball. It's so obvious they're gonna give him the ball anyway. But when he puts his hand up, I'm like, oh, that person is out of here.
Yes,
it was Quentin Grimes. It was you last night. I said, oh my God.
Ooh, yeah, I saw that too. I said, oh, this is unfair. Somebody did a switch. It wasn't supposed to go down like that.
Was not supposed to. If they could have zoomed in on Quentin's eyes, I'm quite sure they was bucked. It was like, who left me up under him? Who missed their assignment and left me here? Yeah, you got left. Because they was like, I'm not dealing with him right now. I'm winded. You can't be winded dealing with that big body Nikola Jokic. You can't do it.
You can't do it. Oh my goodness. I was happy to see DeAndre Jordan get some time off the bench. They said he had only shot maybe 8 shots all season. And here we are. Well, we well into like 15th, 16th, 17th game of the NBA season. He had like 8 shots. So I was happy to see DeAndre got a little dunk. I said, oh, Lob City in Denver. Not quite, but I was happy to see DeAndre.
Whatever you can do in your 5 minutes, DeAndre Jordan, get it in. I would rather you do 25 minutes 3 points than Clay's 23 minutes 0.
Mm, mm, mm. It was unbelievable. Can we
It's an offer.
over? Not over. Can we talk about Derek Lively the second though? Ooh, he's coming into his own. He done sent Daniel
Yeah.
Gafford to the bench. I knew it was gonna happen. The way Lively played in the playoffs last season, I said,
Yes,
"Oh, Gafford
he
going
earned
to
it.
the bench," and that's exactly what
Earned
happened.
it. Earned it. He earned that. I love when coaching staff have the courage to make those adjustments. Like
Hmm.
you earn your spot, you earn it. If Daniel Gafford gets back in and Lively got to sit back down, he earned it. Earn your spot. Some of these players are not guaranteed to be starting. Some of these players are not. For the different Nuggets, because Jamal Murray signed his extension, unfortunately, he's going to be guaranteed to start.
Hmm.
Maybe guaranteed to end. But do you think that perhaps Christian Brown should have been in the game at the end of regulation as opposed to Jamal
Hmm.
Murray? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Because when you look at those dollars and cents on paper, you be
Hello.
like, "Oh, yeah, you got to be out there." I think a
Exactly.
prime example, a player who didn't play in this game per se, but Rudy Gobert. I mean, he's going to be out there. He makes too much money to be on the bench, even though I believe he should be. But that's just another example of
Hmm.
coaches looking at the payrolls like, oh yeah, we got to put him out there,
Yep.
right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 Which could be a detriment to the team overall. And you hope that one of your high-paying players can make it happen, and sometimes they don't. So, yeah.
Shame. Okay, so the Dallas Mavericks got the victory, 123-120. With the Nuggets loss last night, the Golden State Warriors have clinched West Group C, which means they are guaranteed a spot in the semi quarterfinals or whatever they're calling it.
Is it called knockout?
Oh shoot.
What is it called? What is it
I
called? Is it
just
called the
know.
knockout round?
Why would they be in the
Somebody said
knockout round?
they're not in the knockout round. Is that doggone rule? The rules? Not for real. Well, anyway, they're going to Vegas. How about that? Can we just say that they on their way to Vegas?
Okay. Golden State Warriors going to Vegas. They're 3-0 in the NBA Cup.
Right. They 3 and
Yeah.
0 at the NBA Cup. I'm here for it. Good for them. And you think
Mhm.
and you don't know why Clay is sick? Yes, why he's sick.
Oh, he's
We're looking at it
sick.
right now.
Oh gosh. I just hope he doesn't become a distraction for what they're trying to do because PJ Washington deserves more effort the way he was playing. Like we can't afford Klay Thompson to check out and to give up. And that's what he did for the Warriors in his contract season. And that's why he's here in Dallas, if I'm being honest.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. And I don't want him to do that. Come on, come on, Clay. This is your redemption season right here. Show us why the Golden State Warriors made a mistake in trading you. But you didn't do that last night.
Nah,
So
he
you have
didn't.
you get new mercies every time you step on the court. So your next game with the Dallas Mavericks should be that game.
Okay. All right. So what's up for next week NBA Cup game? We got to wait all the way till Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna be checking for the Rockets and Wolves um, for
Mhm.
next NBA Cup. I mean, I'm gonna tap into probably all the games, but the one I'm really checking for will be the Rockets and Wolves because the Rockets right now NBA Cup. Oh my gosh, they number
Yes.
one in West A group,
Yeah. They getting ready to
West Group
clinch.
A.
Yeah.
They get ready to clinch. So if they beat the Wolves, they're gonna clinch their. They're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
The
I'm looking
Rockets.
forward
Come
to.
on.
Yeah. Last night, Dylan Brooks had an incredible game. I think he had like 28 points or whatever. He was typical Dylan Brooks. Love to see it. Can't wait to see what that looks like when he faces Ant and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I want to see what Sengun gonna do with Rudy Gobert. Like I am here for the matchups.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm at this point now. We're talking about games 3 and 4. I'm all in on the cup. I can't wait to see. I'm always checking the box score, looking at the standings, where they are, and I'm still a little confused about the point differential. So I got to get my understanding better on that. And when I get that down, you ain't gonna tell me nothing about what I know about the NBA Cup. You ain't gonna tell me
All right,
nothing.
cool.
Yeah.